Hello everyone, welcome to the 5th annual VJose32 Card Awards. Today we will be handing out the illustrious Invisible Gold deck of cards for the best achievement in playing cards for 2014. Let's get right down to brass tacks and get on with the awards, shall we? The first award, ladies and gentlemen, is for the Club 808 Deck of the Year. Club 808 had a few decks that came out this year. Not so many as they've had in the past. And, well, the nominees are the recently released Perspective deck, the Bicycle Nightshade, the Bicycle Joker, which was made up entirely of jokers, and the Bicycle Jules Verne. And the winner, Club 808 Deck of the Year, is, as voted by you, by the way, people's choice, it is the Nightshade. Congratulations to the Nightshade for being a Club 808 Deck of the Year. We'll move on to our next award, the King's Wild Deck of Cards of the Year. 2014 King's Wild Deck of the Year. There was several nominations for this year's deck in King's Wild, and they are his Sherlock Holmes series of decks of cards, which had 4 or 5 different decks. The Independence, which had a couple different versions. The Tally Hole, King's Wild Tally Hole, Bicycle Civil War, and The Hive. Ladies and gentlemen, as per your votes, the King's Wild Deck of the Year for 2014 is the Tally Ho. And I have a good feeling that once we see the Scarlet Tally Hoes this year, it might have a good opportunity of repeating that next year. Or this year. Well, next year. Whatever the awards are. Alright. Let's move on to the next award. Best Usage of Foil on Playing Cards. This year we saw a very interesting innovation in using foil on the actual playing cards, not on the tuck case, not on the back of the tuck case, but on the actual playing cards. And there were 3 companies that actually did that, 3 decks that did that. And those decks, those nominations are the Exquisite Bold, which is from Conjuring Arts and Art of Play, the Venexiana Gold from Half Moon Playing Cards, and the Royal Zen, also from Conjuring Arts. I believe all 3 decks were from Expert Playing Cards. Best foil usage on a playing card this year, as voted by you, we have a tie, ladies and gentlemen. The Bold and the Zen. Surprisingly, not the Venexiana Gold, because it's completely foil on the back of the design, almost completely. Surprised they didn't win, but we had a exact tie between the Bold and the Zen. However, I do recall the voting was very, very close. So all 3 did well. Let's move on to the next category. Independent Company of the Year. These are smaller companies that have been putting out decks for a while now. Some of them are on Kickstarter, some of them are outside of Kickstarter. And some of them produce more than others, some of them are bigger than others. But let's get on to it. Independent Company of the Year. Some might question why some of these companies are on this list and not others. But it is what it is. Independent Company nominees include Usai, known for their decks on Kickstarter. Half Moon Playing Cards by Lautrec, also known for cards on Kickstarter. Midnight Cards by Randy Butterfield, who's done designs for Blue Crown and a couple other companies. Aloy's Studio, who releases decks themselves, not through Kickstarter. Albino Dragon, of course known on Kickstarter, especially for a lot of movie-themed decks. 4PM Designs, known for releasing stuff on Kickstarter. Home Run Games, also on Kickstarter. Card Experiment, which is outside of Kickstarter, and they do pretty well. Vanda, Whispering Imps, Elite Playing Cards, mostly is again Kickstarter specific. Big Blind Media, which did not do a whole lot this past year. There is Eric Dwan, aka Nancer, who puts out a few decks a year outside of Kickstarter. And then there's Handlords by DeVoe and Incarted by Paul Carpenter. Ladies and gentlemen, the Independent Company of the Year, as voted by you, is The Whispering Imps. Congratulations to Chris Chelko and Whispering Imps. They've put out some good decks on Kickstarter and outside of Kickstarter as well a little bit. And there's some new ones on Kickstarter right now that are doing quite well. Let's move on to the next category. The next award is for the Legends Deck of the Year, Legends Playing Cards Deck of the Year. Of course, Legends is a newer company in the playing card world, trying to be a new Asian version of Bicycle and USPC, and they're doing pretty good for themselves. The nominees for the Legends Deck of the Year, all produced by them, include the Legends V2, second edition Legends, that were red, blue, and black, if I recall correctly. The Gnostic, which came in 3 colors. Owl Eyes, also in 3 colors. The Sarps, which is also in 3 colors. The Lux, which was made for JP playing cards and designed by Randy Butterfield. There's the Serpentine, the Classic Gold, which is their take on the Classic Twins and Classic Black that Expert playing cards did. They decided to try and outdo them. And there's also another recent release, the Oneida, however you pronounce that. This year's winner for the Legends Playing Card Deck of the Year is second edition Legends. Congratulations to them. And now it's time for the Best Playing Card Club. And surprisingly not nominated, the Card Club. VJose32's Card Club, but that's an entirely different card club. The nominees for this year's Best Card Club of the Year, each with their own pluses and minuses, if you will, for joining them, include the Illusionist Black Club, Bicycle Club 808, the Collectible Playing Cards Club and 1000 Deck Club, and the Dan and Dave Deck of the Month Club. And the winner for the Best Card Club is the Black Club from Illusionist. Congratulations to Illusionist. I guess people still see value in paying almost $150 a year for a membership. It is what it is. Let's move on to one of my favorite categories, the Deck Reviewer of the Year. Deck Reviewer of the Year. The nominees for Deck Reviewer of the Year, if I can find them, include, I should notice, but they include Savannah at Sack Productions 101, David at Magic Orthodoxy, Victor at VJose32, Ashley at The Cardists, and Cardify at Cardify.com, which is either done by Ivan Coey or Anthony. I'm not sure which one does it or who does it exactly. It could be somebody else. Anyway, moving along. The winner for Deck Reviewer of the Year is It's VJose32. Congratulations to VJose32 for being a deck reviewer of the year. And I appreciate everyone voting for me. I appreciate everyone nominating me for deck reviewer of the year. Just to say that there was no fix, there was no setup, there was no there was nothing for favoritism or anything like that. People voted for me. I was voted the best one. I was a little bit surprised, of course. I'm sure if one of the other reviewers had done this on their channel, they would have been selected as the best one. So it is what it is. Take that with however you will. However, I will, however, give kudos to David, Magic Orthodoxy, and Savannah, Sack Productions 101, and Ashley at the Cardists. They're all phenomenal deck reviewers in their own right, and I definitely recommend checking them out and giving them a second chance, obviously. But let's move on. The next award is a big one. It is for the Bicycle Deck of the Year. There's several nominees for the Bicycle Deck of the Year. Include the Bicycle Civil War, Bicycle Pandemonium, the Bicycle Luchadors, Bicycle Zombified, Bicycle Warrior Horse, Bicycle Architecture, Bicycle Goat Deco, which is a late release this year, Bicycle Bros Mind, the 2014 World Series of Poker Tournament Set, Bicycle Rhapsody, the Bicycle Club Tattoos in orange and blue, and the Bicycle Porcelain. And this year's winner for the Bicycle Deck of the Year is The Civil War by Jackson Robinson. Congratulations to him. Now it's time for the Newcomer Award. This is for the best new independent company. And there is several nominees. I won't get to this. There's Kickstarter creators, and there's other companies that are not involved with Kickstarter. There is the nominees: Murphy's Magic and Jason Brumbelow, Kings and Crooks, Crooked Kings, the Tomlinson Playing Cards by Robert Tomlinson, Legends Playing Cards, Black Ink Cards, which I believe is Jody Eklund, Gambler's Warehouse, Lux Playing Cards, the Edgy Brothers, Nat Iwata, NPC, which is Make Playing Cards, Brain Vessel Creative, Dead on Paper, Cardissons, and Dead on Paper, by the way, is Chris Dianco. Then there's Cardissons, there's Teach by Magic, Art of Play / Deck Starter, System 6 Magic, Third Way Industries, which is, I forget his name, I apologize, Stockholm 17 by Lorenzo Gazziotti, and Magic Towel. The winner for the best new independent company is Legends Playing Cards. Congratulations to them. They've been doing quite all right for themselves this year. Next up is another big one. It's the Illusionist Deck of the Year. There are lots of nominees. Some of them are essentially recolors or different versions of existing decks, and some of them are brand new decks. The nominees include The Kings by Madison and McKinnon, The White Madison Rounders, Artifice Minis, Mini Black Rounder, Mini Black Arcane, Mini LTD, the Prohibson series as a whole, because they were released as a whole and not individually, marked 1800s, Madison Hustlers, Gold Artifice, Inverted Kings, Black Kings, even though it hasn't been officially released for sale. It did come out this past year, and the Madison Dealers. So let's see how you voted. People's choice for Illusionist Deck of the Year is Dex Prohibson series. Congratulations. Definitely I would have voted for that one myself. And now it's time for the Company of the Year, which is sure to be kind of interesting. This is for the big companies. Against some, you might question being on here, but Company of the Year, the nominees include Illusionist, Fury 11, Dan and Dave. The Blue Crown, King's Wild, and Conjuring Arts. Now, some might question King's Wild being on this list, but it is what it is. What's done is done. Ladies and gentlemen, winner for Company of the Year is, this year, Company of the Year, King's Wild. Congratulations to Jackson Robinson, King's Wild. Sorry, Illusionist and Fury 11, you did not do as good as Jackson Robinson, apparently. That's a pretty interesting result, in my opinion. Although, I will say Illusionist and Fury 11 came close. Next up is the collectible playing cards deck of the year. And they had a lot of releases, and I mean a lot. So this year, the nominees for collectible playing cards deck of the year, some released through Kickstarter, some released through their website, some released through their membership. They include the Bicycle Royal Scarlet, Bicycle Crystallum, Bicycle Panthera, Bicycle Disruption, Bicycle Day of the Dead, the Physique, Bicycle Bacon Lovers, Bicycle Elegance, Bicycle Old Masters, Bicycle Sewer Dwellers, Bicycle Starlight, Bicycle Thorn, Bicycle Killer Clowns, Bicycle Pyromaniac, Bicycle Creepy, and Bicycle Casino, which was just recently released. I will say that this one is very close. There's a lot of decks that were released. It's very close. And it was quite split by people which one they liked the best, because there were so many to choose from, and maybe there wasn't any that really stood out amongst the others. But let's have a look at what people felt was the collectible cards deck of the year. This year's collectible playing cards deck of the year is, well, there's three of them. It was a three-way tie, ladies and gentlemen. The Bicycle Elegance, the Bicycle Old Masters, and the Bicycle Royal Scarlet, completely, like I said, divided amongst everyone. Very close, and there was others that were close, but that's just the way it is. That's the way the vote worked out. I'm not, because of sponsorships and whatnot, I'm not going to choose anyone myself to pick one winner. I think they all deserve to be named as winners. Let's move on. Next, another interesting one. It is for the Prohibition. I know some people will say my pronunciation or my accent is not good. Prohibition series deck of the year. There is, well, 6 nominees, obviously. The Absinthe, however you pronounce that. Disparos Tequila, Rebellion Rum, Moonsign, White Wolf, and the Bicycle 52 Proof. Ladies and gentlemen, it was a close one, but this year's winner for the Prohibition series deck of the year is 52 Proof, Bicycle 52 Proof. Congratulations to them. Just goes to show you the cleanest, most usable, most standard looking deck is the most favorite. It was close, but it was still the most favorite, and I believe the other one that was similar, the White Wolf, was in second. Anyway, let's move on to the next category, the best card, forum, and or website for information and news. And the nominees were United Cardists, Cardify, the Playing Card Forum, the Card Club, presented by yours truly, and the Playing Card Database, Playing Card DB. Ladies and gentlemen, the overwhelming, well, the winner of this year's best forum and or site is United Cardists. Congratulations to United Cardists. And the owners of that, Mike Ratledge, congratulations to him. Far surpassed the other playing card forum by quite a bit, and all the other websites. So congratulations, obviously deemed the best one. Next up is the best producer of playing cards. There's 5 nominees for this one. There is the United States Playing Card Company, the Expert Playing Card Company, Legends Playing Card Company, Make Playing Cards, and Liberty Playing Cards. All of them have produced custom decks on Kickstarter and outside of Kickstarter, and you know, these other 4 outside of the USPC are fairly new and making big strides in the playing card community. And if I was to, well, let's just work on this. The best producer of the year, as voted by you, and it was an overwhelming majority, maybe not so surprisingly, is the United States Playing Card Company, the USPCC. Congratulations to them and Jordan and whoever else owns them. However, if I was to name or tell you who you felt was the best of the new card producers, the winner would be the Expert Playing Card Company. So congratulations to them as well. Alright, it's time for one of my favorites. It's the Kickstarter Fail of the Year. There's a lot of projects that did horrible this year, that have failed to deliver, failed to communicate, failed to produce. There's several nominees. The nominees include the Alice of Wonderland, the Type Deck, the Bicycle Meridian, Bicycle Dante's Inferno. Ironically, this same company had one on last year's nominees, the Bicycle Heads. So go figure. They're 2 for 2. There is the Diamond Cut, the Bicycle Cthulhu Great Old One. Sorry, Shane. I mean, actually, that wasn't Shane. My apologies. But Bicycle Cthulhu Great Old One. The Silver Arrow. Sorry, Jackson. But that was a fail. It had to be on the list. And the Pelted Primacy, 4th attempt. Ladies and gentlemen, this year's biggest Kickstarter fail of the year, as voted by you, is the Alice of Wonderland deck. And it's the only one on the list that actually, well, let me have a look at the list again. Ironically, this is the only deck, this is one of 2 decks, one of 3 decks on the list that's actually been produced and partially fulfilled. And yeah, so it's a fail. That was the one people voted on. The others, not so much. Next up is the Card Experiment Deck of the Year, ladies and gentlemen. And I have to just find that very quickly. There is a few nominees for this one. This year, Card Experiment Deck of the Year, the nominees include the Bicycle Black Asura, the Black Babel, the Annika, and the Bicycle Dream, which is actually yet to come, but it's actually on the way right now, my understanding. This year's winner for the Card Experiment Deck of the Year is the Black Babel. Whoops. We're having some technical difficulties there. There we go. Black Babel. Congratulations to Card Experiment. Oh, this is another good one. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the biggest blunder of the year. And there's several nominees. There shouldn't be any nominees for this one or Kickstarter Fail of the Year. But there is. Maybe one year we won't have any. This year's biggest Blunders of the year. The nominees include Deck Starter, Illusionist dropping the ball on the black club, Card Launcher, Illusionists almost free decks, the Black Friday new releases or lack thereof, the Blue Crown Emblem prototype decks, Madison decks Overkill, Red Gatorbacks No So and Disappearing Act, and the Illusionist Card Wars, which, in my understanding, is actually a lot more popular than I originally suspected it was. Anyways, there was some that were close. However, the winner, as voted by you, for the biggest blunder of the year, and I definitely can't disagree, is Red Gatorbacks. Congratulations, David Blaine. You effed up big time. Next up is the Alloy's Studio Deck of the Year. And Alloy's, they put out several decks this year. A few decks, whatever it was, they often do. And the decks that they put out this year, the nominees include Reverse Tallyhos, both Circlebacks and Fanbacks. 6 colors in each one. That's an enormous amount. Excuse me. There is the Blossom, the Unicorns, the Peafowl, and the Totem. All very interesting, unique, and, I don't know, strange themes. However, this year's winner for the Alloy Studio Deck of the Year, as voted by you, Tallyho. Tallyho getting a second win tonight. The other one was the Jackson Robinson Tallyho. People liking Tallyhos this year, apparently. And just goes to show you that people like a good standard deck from Alloy Studio instead of, well, what they usually put out. Alright, next up, Kickstarter Deck of the Year. This is a big one again. Lots of nominees. Nominees include the Fine Line playing cards, the Science Deck, 4-point playing cards, Colonial Unrest, Golden Spike, 100 Years War, Frontier, the Plugged Nickel, the Les Miley's Voyager, or Voyages actually, Sawdust, Goonies, Bicycle Illusionist, Hawaiian, Icon, Borderline, Tenabra, Graphique, Hotcakes, Aquila, Bicycle Viking, the Flight Decks, the Bicycle Excellence, Dia de los Muertos, Global Unrest, Steampunk Cthulhu Resurrection, Tattoo Golden Edition, that's a Bicycle Tattoo Golden Edition, I should say, the Bicycle Icer, however you pronounce that, I still don't know, Triplicates, Grotesque, Origins, Bicycle Persian Empires, Serena is the name, Requiem, the Bicycle Metal Decks, the Kadar, Different Deck, Steampunk Goggles, 7 Seas, the Blue Fontaines, the Pagan, Metropole Nox, Mana, Finangled, Density, Kingdoms of a New World, Civil Unrest, 3D Mechanical Cards, the Gentleman 52, the Oracle, Steampunk Pirates, Bicycle Tinker, Believe, and Believe it's coming to the end, by the way, Venexiana Gold, Clipped Wings, the Make Playing Cards decks, or NPC decks, Princess Bride, and the Bicycle Dragon Tome. What a list. That's a big list. That's like, well, that's not even all of them. That's the major ones. There's still more that didn't get nominated. A lot of them actually did not get any votes towards them, unfortunately. But there's some that did pretty well. One that did very well. And that is our winner for this year. And as voted by you, Kickstarter Deck of the Year is Fontaines. Yay. Not overly excited about that one. However, I will give credit to the second place winner, the Aquila by 80 Suriana. Those ones I think deserve to win over these ones. And I mean, that's just me. I mean, there's a lot of other great decks that came out this year. And obviously the Fontaines are just really popular. if it was for, best design, best artwork on Kickstarter decks, that certainly would not be the one. But let's move on to the Deck Starter / Art of Play Deck of the Year. And there was a few nominees for this one. And they are the Deck Starter branded deck, Flesh and Bones, Debbie Millman, Thick Lines, and Prime, which was released recently on Art of Play. And the winner is the Prime, even though it's kind of a weird deck. Then again, they're all weird. And by the way, congratulations to the one person who actually liked the Debbie Millman deck. Alright, next it's time for the best crowdfunding website in playing cards. There was a few nominees. This was kind of a last minute entry into the awards. The nominees include Deck Starter, Kickstarter, Kingswell Funded, Card Launcher, Indiegogo, and House of Playing Cards. The winner is Kickstarter. Big surprise. Somebody actually voted for Card Launcher. Surprisingly, nobody voted for Indiegogo. For what it's worth. Let's move on. Our next category, ladies and gentlemen, is the Handlords Deck of the Year by DeVoe. And they had a few different decks. Some just kind of different colors of each other. The nominees include the there's no bicycles actually. The Pro Axiom Passion, Pro Axiom Viper, Pro Axiom Dominion V2, Pro Axiom, sorry, I thought there was more of them. There's the April Fool's deck, the Magicians Must Die V3, and White Exquisites. The winner this year, it was close, but the winner this year is White Exquisites. Congratulations to that deck. And next up, another great category, Conjuring Arts Deck of the Year. There's a few nominees this year. There is the Zen playing cards, the Classic Twins and Classic Black, the Allies, Smith number 3, Exquisite Bold, and a 52 plus Joker Gold Edition. And the winner for Conjuring Arts and Expert Cards Deck of the Year is my the Exquisite Bull. People do like their gold foil stars. You get a gold star for gold stars. It was close though. There's a couple others that were close. Let's move on to Fury 11 Deck of the Year. We'll be coming to an end soon enough, hopefully. Fury 11 Deck of the Year. The nominees include the Mystery Box Bad Robot, red, not the black one. Well, black one too, I suppose, whichever. The Tycoons, Charity Water V2, White Monarchs V2, and the Copper Rarebits. And the winner, Fury 11 Deck of the Year, as voted by you, is the Recolor, the Copper Rarebits. Congratulations to Fury 11 and the Rarebit Restaurant. My money would have been on Tycoons though. At least it was original. Wasn't the Recolor. Let's move on. Next up, Gambler's Warehouse Deck of the Year. They also had several decks that came out. Some through Kickstarter, some through playingcards.net. And the nominees include the Bicycle Blackout Kingdom, the Bicycle Dragonbacks in yellow and green, Bicycle Skull in orange and silver, Bicycle Occults, Bicycle Double Black, Bicycle Gold Leafbacks, Bicycle Legacy, Bicycle Eerie, Guild Plastic Playing Cards, and the Bicycle Steampunk Bandits. And the winner, as voted by you for the Gambler's Warehouse Deck of the Year, is Dragonbacks. Believe that. I don't know. It was very close, I will say that. One vote difference from the second place winner, or second place person. Next up, Coterie 1902 Deck of the Year by Zenith Koch. And where is that on the list? The nominees. Coterie 1902 Deck of the Year include The Dark Diamond, The Question Decks, Fat Boy Eat All Day version 2 and 3, and the Fat Boy Eat All Day Aztec Edition. Ladies and gentlemen, Coterie 1902 Deck of the Year is The Dark Diamond. A little bit surprising there. Maybe. Alright, next up is the Dan and Dave Deck of the Year. Ladies and gentlemen, the nominees for Dan and Dave Deck of the Year include Les Printemps, which is a recent release, VJose32, The Hollingworth, October 2014 edition, Smoke and Mirrors Gold, Hi, My Name is Mark, and the Bruce Lee second edition, if you really want to count that as a new deck. And the winner is Dan and Dave Deck of the Year. One word, gold. Smoke and Mirrors Gold, to be exact. My money would have been on VJose, again, most unique, original deck that they produced this year, but it is what it is. Now it's time for the Coming Soon Award. This is for the deck that you are most looking forward to getting this year. That's been recently funded on Kickstarter or announced elsewhere. They're coming, and these are the decks that are yet to come that you're looking forward to and that were nominated. The Tendril Ascendant and Nightfall, The Heretic, Breaking Bad, Whispering Imps Gamesters Edition, Scarlet Tallyho, Bicycle Metal Riderbacks, which are on the way right now, Bicycle Ultimate Universe, Usai Classic, Shisu 4 Beasts, Venexiana Dark, Bicycle Titanic, Draconian Impressions from Make Playing Cards, Seasons V2, Black Book Manifesto, Black Fontaines, Bicycle Maid, Grid 2.0 Red Edition, Bicycle Neverland, Delirium, Quadruplicates Malam, Bicycle Aves, Bicycle Mayhem, Call of Cthulhu Living Dark, Mana Sybil, Empire Bloodlines, Metropole Lux, the Choice Cards, and Muertos. And the winner. And as I mentioned, this was kind of a last minute addition. There wasn't a whole lot of votes cast for it. But the winner, the deck that you are most looking forward to, is Scarlet Tallyho by Jackson Robinson. Another Tallyho deck that people have voted for. Alright, let's move on to the next category, which is the best playing card shop. And we have several nominees. First nominee is collectibleplayingcards.com. Next up, playingcards.net, artofplay.com, jpplayingcards.co.uk, cardsmagi.com, richescardstore.com, thefluss.com.au, theoneeyedjack.com, merge67.com, bmpokerworld.com, and cardsformagic.com. Couple last minute additions. You voted. The winner for the card shop of the year is... It's a tie. Ladies and gentlemen, routine. Collectible playing cards and Art of Play. And because of my sponsorship and favoritisms and other opinions, I'm not going to break the tie. Those are your favorites. It's a tie. That's all there is to it. By the way, I would like to observe a moment of silence for a couple of shops that are no longer with us. They are theoneeyedjack.com and magicgeek.com. I'll be back. We are back. We're disappointed with those losses in the card community this year, but things happen. Let's move on to the best overall deck. These were nominated by you, and then it was turned into a poll. Excuse me. Again, it was a little bit last minute. There wasn't as many votes as could have been, but best overall decks. The nominees included the Kings from Illusionist, Gatorbacks from David Blaine, Phyrexiana Gold from Lautrec and Half Moon Playing Cards, the Absinthe from Illusionist and the Prohibition series, the Origins from Kickstarter, White Monarchs V2 from 311, Liz Miley's from Kickstarter, Pro XCM Dominion V2 from Handlord, Smoke and Mirrors Gold from Dan and Dave, Zenith from Paul Carpenter and Incarded, Mystery Box Bad Robot from 311, Serpentine from Legends, Verts V2 from Verts, Fontaines from Zach Mueller, Gold Artifice from Illusionist, 52 plus Joker from King's Wild and Conjuring Arts, the Dragonbacks from Gambler's Warehouse, Rarebits from 311, Tenebra also from 4PM Designs and Gambler's Warehouse, King's Wild Tallyho from King's Wild, obviously, the Aquila from Cardify and Kickstarter, the Voltiz from Dan and Dave, the Run from Murphy's Magic and Jason Brumbelow, and the Lux from JP Playing Cards and Midnight Cards, Randy Butterfield designed. Anyways, let's get on with it. The winner for the best overall deck of the year, the best of the best, as voted by you, Gatorbacks with their second win today. Congratulations to them. Let's move on. I promise we're getting to the end. Next category is the best independent deck. This is the best deck independent of Kickstarter releases and major companies. Independent deck of the year. The nominees include The Run Playing Cards, Banshees, Optrix from Mechanic Industries, Zenith, Gatorbacks, In Morturum from Dan Speary, Little Island from Eric Dwan, Bicycle Samurai V2, Carnival Extreme, the only deck from Big Blind Media this past year, Spectrum Tallyho, Quality B, B Miracle, Prime Noir from Prime Poker Cards, The Dream from Eric Dwan, Canadiana from Phil DaCosta, Mechanic VR2, once again from Mechanic Industries, the Prime from Art of Play, Lux from JP Playing Cards and Randy Butterfield, the Phoenix Full Tilt from Card Shark, Miscellaneous Goods Company V2 from Miscellaneous Goods Company, the Kosea from the New Deck Order, the Stockholm 17 from Lorenzo Gazziotti and Stockholm 17, his own company, and the Scarlet Pearl from, shoot, I forget the guy's name, but he is on YouTube. Anyways, I apologize for that. A couple of those were last minute additions. The overwhelming majority was for two decks. Ladies and gentlemen, the independent deck of the year. As voted by you, overwhelming majority, Gatorbacks. Once again, the third win of the night for Gatorbacks. One of them not so flattering, but still a win. A win is a win. I will give credit to the second place one, the Zenith from Paul Carpenter. Also very well liked, but not quite as much as this one. Let's move on. A couple of categories left. Next up is the Blue Crown deck of the year. You've been waiting for it all night, ladies and gentlemen, all morning, if you will. Blue Crown and House of Playing Cards deck of the year. Is House of Playing Cards even a site anymore? I don't know. The nominees include the NOC V3s, Brazil 2014, Minimal 2014, Sky Island, Boardwalk Papers, White Ornates, and a Crown Emblem Prototype. Ladies and gentlemen, the Blue Crown deck of the year. Boardwalk Papers. Congratulations to Alex Pandrea and Boardwalk Papers. I was a little bit surprised at the results because I think personally there's others that were better. And I will say that it was very close with the second place NOC V Freeze, in case you're wondering. Now, there's one more that I added on top of that. It is the Midnight Cards Randy Butterfield Deck of the Year. He's had the Lux, which went through JP playing cards. He's had, what else has he had? Well, he's had the Ornates, which was on Kickstarter and House of Playing Card, Blue Crown, and he also had the Brazil 2014, and he's also done a few others. The winner, and this is my opinion, although based on the votes it would have been close, the winner for the Midnight Cards Randy Butterfield Deck of the Year, the Lux. And congratulations to Randy Butterfield. And one more, this one was voted by myself as well. Best Success of the Year. Who did the best on Kickstarter this year? Who was the most successful? Had no failures. Good communication. And it was overall good company, good product, well funded. Ladies and gentlemen, Best Success of the Year on Kickstarter, as voted by myself. The final award of the year goes to OSI, because they deserve an award. Good products, good service, zero issues that I have heard, and absolutely no failures. Everything's been a success, and it looks like it's going to continue that way into the new year. So congratulations to all the winners and or losers. I will be, for the benefit of those who voted, will be publishing the results so you can see how everything did, and I will probably post that elsewhere as well. That is what I've got. See you next time.